Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to September 13th. I had to look. It kind of threw me off. I don't know why. There's too many numbers there. It's at 8:32, and I'm like in August 32nd. It's not August 32nd. That really threw me off. So welcome, Morning Mindset. Hey, guess what? That's what I need you to do. I need to know who you are. So who am I talking to? Let me know in the comments who you are. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what the weather is like in your area and what is in your cup. Now, with that being said, it's like low 50s here. It was chilly. I had to throw a sweatshirt on again, and then I had to rush in here because you guys want a show. So I had to make sure to get on that. So it was that. It's beautiful. And then out of all of this, the most important thing that I think we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is your 5 things. What are 5 things that you, right there, you on the other side right there, what are you going to get off your ass and get done today, right? You're not going to slack. You're going to get up. You're going to get stuff done. I believe in you. I know that you are going to do it. So with that, 5 things. We're going to make my list. We're going to go through it, check it twice. We're adding to it. We're taking things off. Things are getting moved to different days. But things that I know have to get done today. We've got shirt order that needs pressed and gone out. We've got glitter HTV that needs cut. We've got HTV that needs cut. We've got temporary tattoos that need to go out today. And we've got DTF that needs to go out today. So those are all things that we have to get done. Now through this morning, I just got done cutting the glitter. So that's halfway done. That needs to be weeded. But while that's going, I can start up the HTV. Temporary tattoos, the first part of them is done. So now we're just doing the marrying process of it. Shirts, all transfers have been cut apart from that. So that's ready to go. And DTF, same thing. So little by little, we are chipping away. I got to get invoicing in here too. I've got to get shipping in here. There's a long list of things, but it is Wednesday. It is middle of the week. Wednesday for us is also a short day because kids get out of school early today. And I don't think it's an early day. So I think it's just like an hour early. So we always have to be mindful of that when we're trying to plan out the day, because if I want to go pick up the kids, I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything that I can't walk away from during that time. So I try and get as much of those things that I have to be there in front of to make a DTF. If I can walk away from stuff, then I can set it. Like if I'm printing sublimation prints, that's on the list today. As I think I've got 25, 50 sheets of sublimation prints to send out for somebody. I can just open the printer and set that and go. Same way on the temporary tattoos. I can set all that stuff ready to go. So, time management is a big thing. When I can walk away from stuff and do multiple things, cutting HTV, having the equal solvent printer go because I have stickers that need to get printed. I can have all those things going. It's nice. But when you got to stand there and watch something, that takes up a long, long time. So let's check in. We'll see how everybody's doing. Get your questions in. How are you doing today? We're going to talk about last night. There's some big things going on last night that I'm excited about. I'm proud of, and proud of our friends for. So I will get into all of that. Darren, good morning to you. 53 in Topeka. Nothing in the cup yet. He's walking Zeus and 5 things. Call with Bob. Great. Create pricing for hats to have put on the site and get new socks for the station. That sounds like a great day. And I know I got a couple emails from you, so that's emails is on the list today too. So we'll be able to go through those. T-Town, good morning to you. Where it is 56 over there in Toledo. Monster Hydro, White Monster here, and it's the same 56. It just popped up. It updated. It's 56 here. All right, Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota, 45. I'm not ready for 40s in the morning yet. I'm not. Honey. I'm not ready, honey. Sunny with a high of 62 projected for today. Water in the cup. Homemade zucchini, carrot, raisin, walnut muffin. That just sounds like an everything muffin, right? It was everything that was in the counter. I made dinner last night. We had some carrots left over. We had some raisins. We had some zucchini. We just made it all. That is a new one for me, Barb. And Barb's 5 things: customer pickups, DTF, test digitized embroidered designs, print stickers, and work on spiritware. Love that. Yeah. T-Town's now hungry. Thanks, Barb. He's hungry. And greetings from Renee. I talked to Renee. What time did I talk to Renee? At like 6:30 this morning. I think it was early, right? 56 in sunny Chicagoland. Glorious weather. Water in the bottle. Coffee in the cup. And what's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. We're at 79 there in Florida. It's sunny, no cup yet. And there, everybody's getting the hellos to Barb and Tim and Renee. Who's did I miss in here? Back and forth. Yeah, you guys know what's up. It had, what printer did you use to print the round labels? Insider secret. I'm not telling anybody. Get it figured out. Sorry, gatekeeping on that one. Juan, how was good old Greece? Pictures are amazing. Actually, I kid. It's just our Rollo thermal label printer. Any thermal label printer would be able to do that. And when people say they don't, the reason being is because they're not using thermal labels. So if you're using a thermal printer, you have to make sure that you are using thermal labels. And we've got a couple different things in to test to see how it works. And that's what we were doing yesterday on our own things. Let's test and see how it works, how it all plays out. Because, we've been talking about doing labels for a while. We've looked at a couple different label printers, but, to spend $5,000-$6,000 on it, I'm just not 100% sold because we're not doing enough of it yet. And so we can still, farm that out with relative ease. Now, I would bring it in for content to be able to show things like that. That's where it would really, be beneficial for us. Anytime I can show content on stuff, then that is always, a good thing to be able to use for that. So that might be something that look for more of that, because it is a good content thing. It's good, something fun to watch. But it's just the Rollo thermal printer. In fact, what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is, because it costs you nothing to click the link, absolutely nothing, I'm going to pull up our Amazon link for it. And that way, if anybody wants to go take a look at it, and then we don't even have the cordless one. We have the wired one. So we still have the USB one, and it's been going strong for 4-5 years now. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure how long that we had it. I bet if I looked up in Amazon, it would tell me how long ago we bought it. But it's been at least 4 years. My gut tells me it's probably closer to the 5 and 6. And we use that for our shipping. 100% that's what it was there for. And then I just started looking at some other things and was like, hey, we can totally use this for. We should be able to use it for any of this. Now, it is just black. That's all you're going to get. You got to remember that that there is no there's no color with it. So it's just going to give you that. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that right in here. That is in the comments. You can check our Amazon link. It costs you nothing to click on any of our links. So it's always much appreciated when you do use those. And I'm going to guess that this is Janessa. Janessa Sublimation Prints. Got her on tap to go out today. So hey to you. I want to purchase a small printer to do my labels. One, that's the thing, is you got to remember, on those thermal ones, it's only black. Now, there are labels out there that do color. And what I mean by that is that it does kind of the reverse effect. So it will print in white, and it'll do everything else with the color. So there's blue, red, green, I think I saw. So there are options for that. But as far as putting color on it, you're going to need something like the iColor 250, which is about $3,000. It's slow. It does okay. You can get more into the Affinias. You can get more in the Epsons. They're a little bit more not to maintain, because maintenance is pretty easy on them. But cost-wise is where you really got to look at it. How much does it cost to get material in? What can you do? Do you want to be able to cut your own labels? Because if that's the case, now you got to have a separate cutter for that. The iColor 250 will cut it, but it's just super slow. Do you want to do lamination on it? So that way, there's another thing. So you can quickly spend 15-20 grand on label printing really quick by adding finishers to it, getting different substrates on it. So yeah, a lot just comes down to what you needed to do for you. T-Town's 5 things. Send out to my local printer for stickers for a reorder. Mock-up shirt design for local tattoo guy. Mock-up hat designs for landscaper. Have a tint jobs this afternoon, and much, much more. Love that. Love that. Mark, good evening, morning. Good morning to you. West Virginia. Mark, hello. It's cold there. And and keep on embroidering. That sounds like a great plan. And we've got Brian here from Missouri. Land of armadillos. I'm learning more and more that there's plenty out there. Good morning, 55 degrees. Where he's Mountain Dew in the cup. Finish the middle sign, designs, print positives, invoicing. That sounds like a great day. And I'm going through these. I'm like, okay, which one are you doing? And how much is Myra doing all of that? I know how that works down there, because I've got that here. In Renee's things, learn Lightburn. Go further down the Rollo rabbit hole. That started early. Learn Lightburn. Finish inventory of blanks. Learn Lightburn. So I think Renee is going to learn Lightburn today. Now, Renee, I could be wrong, but what do you really need that for? It's just for settings, right? So because you can do everything else in Corel, bring it in, and it's just going to be on the settings. So what else do you need to learn over there? I'm having problems with my Tumblr. I keep getting white lines on them. Well, Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but tell me more about the Tumblr issue that you were having. Is it a sub Tumblr? What kind of Tumblr is it? What method are we using there? And good morning from Indiana, where it is 55 degrees. And what wine do I have? I don't have any wine, do I? I don't think I have any wine. Well, I don't think I have any wine. I'm looking to see if there's any wine there. I don't see any wine. I don't see any wine. Sometimes we have a bottle of wine back there. I want to do shipping labels, but don't have a small printer. Rollo would work perfect for that. And Barb, Renee, it took me a bit to learn Lightburn. I lucked out as my daughter-in-law uses it with her shop, and she had showed me a few things. Yeah, see? So, YouTube, right? Go down the YouTube hole. I once said Greece was freaking amazing. I didn't want to come back. I don't blame you. I highly recommend booking vacations through Costco. Really? So was it, this was the second vacation we booked through them, and it was flawless. So how does that work? Is it more like a guided tour thing on your own? How does all of that work? Tell us more, Juan, because, I just booked through the travel agent. Actually, I booked through Corey, and Corey takes care of it from there. Darren says, I just got my Rollo printer and scale. Love both of those. Yeah. Juan, thank you for all the great pics of your trip. It looked amazing. It did look pretty. Man, you had some great views too. I knew it was Jane S. She's got day job meetings, folding cheerbows, designing expo order, black coffee in the cup, and it's chilly and humid there. Yeah, it is. It's getting fallish. It's very fallish in there. Does it have a thing I can load on my computer screen to design other than shipping labels? So what you're going to do is you're going to design everything in your in your design program, whatever you use from there, and then you're going to export it out. What you need to do is when you get, at least on mine, because I'm not sure how it is on like a wireless one, you have to do settings for it to change the material that's in it, so that way it knows that, and then you have to set up the custom size of it. Once you do that, you might have to do some adjustments on borders and things like that, but that's pretty much it. It's just a printer. There's no design, there's no nothing with it, so you have to do everything on your own. Darren keeps avoiding Lightburn. Darren, what are you using then? Can you print on foil labels like the sticker? Well, we did. So we did these. So this one, like I said, getting the settings down, getting the settings of where stuff is. So, once we figured that out, here it is. So we'll get one right there so you can see. So see, holographic, is that what you're talking? So no color, but black on that looked pretty sweet. And that's the holographic one. So yeah, we were able to do that. And that's the thing is, I've got a couple different materials coming. Excuse me. So we're going to test them out. It's either going to work or not work, and then we'll be able to go from there. Yeah, just need to import to Penelope. There we go. That's what we named her. Penelope. Is that what we named her? Penelope? There it is. Brian says, Todd, you can design in Lightburn similar to Illustrator, but the settings are different than the program that came with my laser. That seems like a lot. That seems like like I'm a Corel kid. Any of that other stuff I got to do. It really doesn't frustrate me. Like today, one of the things is meeting with somebody, and we're just going to go over some software ideas. I kind of have a call with a couple people. Like I said, it's kind of a little mentorship group because they pay to play, but we have some good conversation. It's more or less, hey, can we set up a time just to? I'm a therapist. I really think I am, but. This morning they sent something. Hey, can you help me figure something out with Adobe? And I'm like, no, because I don't know much about it. So what are you trying to do? And what they are wanting to do is to be able to take designs and make them into like the ugly sweater designs. I'm like, hey, I know there's actions for that, and I know that Creative Fabrica has those. So let me send you some links. Let me get some stuff and go over that with you, so that way you can see the things that it does, and it should be able to take care of everything you do. Now, I do know that our friend, Tom from over there at Shirt Labs, they have a Christmas-fi edition of software that comes out. He usually does it September, October, somewhere around there, and so that's something that you can buy, that whole setup, and that comes with the marketing stuff. It comes with all kinds of things. It comes with the actions. It comes with everything that you need to do that. And so when that becomes available, I will 100% for sure post the links, because then it's everything that you need in there. But in the meantime, yeah, we can find some stuff off Creative Fabrica that works. Barb said to Brian, I use XCS and I have Xtool D1 Pro 10W 10 watt. But Lightburn has more features, so I can add it to the mix. I use Illustrator and Corel to design for laser cutting. So excited for the stuff that's coming. Yeah, I gave Renee kind of a little sneak peek on the stuff, and we're going to try it out and see. And so it's going to be, if this is our little dip our toes into it, then that's what we're going to do for it. Well, we are on our own. Okay, they arranged the airport transport to the hotel and back. We had a gift waiting for us. All 3 hotels we stayed at, the 5-star hotels we stayed at, were exactly what they promised. Awesome. Because that's always a risk. When we're getting something and taking it and you're ordering or you're purchasing something like that, you don't know what, is it really going to be what it is? So I'm glad that, what you got really it really was what it was. So great to hear. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. I use RDWorks, but do all my work in Corel. I'm a Corel kid through and through. One more thing on my list, updating Equid Spirit Shop. Very, very nice. I want to learn along with Illustrator. I like knowing how to do things. I've got Illustrator, and really all I use Illustrator for is when people send me work, Brian, and it's a little wonky when it comes through there. I just open the original file in Illustrator, and then I export it out from there. Actually, we got probably 5 or 6 clients that's what they design in is Illustrator. And so they just send the file over that way, and then I'll export it out as the PNG I need it or the Illustrator EPS. And even with that, I can see, if there's something that changes, something that goes off from there. But it really works out. It works out nice for that. Should I know more of it? Yeah. Same with Photoshop. I should get a better understanding of it. But what I do, Corel takes care of me just fine. So as long as it takes care of me, I will continue to take care of it. And Renee said Costco is great for rental cars too. If you book and you see the price goes down, you can create a new reservation and cancel the old one without penalty. There you go. Costco for the win for that. I have not been to our local Costco. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, I have not. But we were at Sam's, and gas was around the corner, but it was usually like, I'm not one of those ones where I'm going to go out of my way to save, a dime, because, in reality, let's say a 20-gallon tank, it's saving me $2. It's not worth me driving, across the river into another state to save $2. But if we're on that side of the river, then, I'll go ahead and do it. We had to run out to Winsco to get some stuff yesterday, and we needed dog food. So we'll go ahead and stop at Sam's. And man, you just can't pass up, $1.89 for, a hot dog and a drink. You really, really can't do that. And so we got in the line, and of course, it was like 30 cents cheaper on gas. So fine, whatever. I was already there. But technically, I am not one to do that. Here, Brian throwing this down. Illustrator is 1,000 times more powerful than Corel. The new AI pieces in the beta are great also. It's only 1,000 times greater if you use those other 1,000 things, right? If you're not using all of that stuff, it's not going to matter. If you are a dedicated designer, sure, maybe, but I believe I can get just as good of results through Corel. Well, I'm pretty sure. Now there are, because even now, look at like Procreate. There's so much you can do with that is just way, way easier on it. So I think that is there a perfect one? No. Do all of them do their own certain things? Yeah. And do they work well? Yeah. I said I've been a Corel kid for a long, 16, 17 years. So to try and break off from that to learn something else is pretty tough. Well, Brian says, I can recolor an entire artwork with the push of a button. I can do that. I can select all the blues in my artwork, hit this, and then hit the color change. I can do that too in Corel. One button. Actually, it's 2 buttons, because I have to select the color that I want, and then I have to select what color I want it to be. So select the color, grab all of them that color, then select it. So there. I can do that. Brian, they have been adding AI to Photoshop also. I use a lot of Adobe creative programs. The other thing too is on Photoshop, or through Corel, I'm still using X7. So 5-6 years was the last time I updated. It's mine. I don't pay anything for it. My Adobe stuff, I'm paying $50 a month for it, for the Photoshop, for the Illustrator, right? Whatever it is, it's like $50 a month, which, I just chalk it up as the cost of doing business, and it sucks, but hey, I don't even pay attention anymore. It's just another $50 that go out the door with you. Darren says, I designed the art signs I sent to you yesterday in Corel. Took me all day, but I was waiting on pictures of it. I never got, so I got creative. Hey, right? Like when you're waiting around and you just do it, like we've got quite a few people that are sending us stuff from Canva that is turning out in there. But now you're just trying to be fancy, Brian. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could figure out that too. But yeah, whatever. Like whatever. What scenario do you use that in? Like on a regular occurrence? I'm not talking about I use it once every couple months, but is that a regular scenario that you do where you take something and you're changing all the colors in it? It's not for me, so yeah. I mean, usually 2 or 3 colors, but yeah, tell me more about this. What is the application for that? So what do we got? I'm looking at something else here because somebody sent me there. So yesterday, a couple things. Yesterday we had training that was last night. We talked the text messaging and email marketing. So hopefully you got something from that. If not, make sure to go back and watch last night's show. Bob gave us a lot of information on that. And then next month's show is going to be October 10th, and it's all about calendars and using calendars in marketing. So it was great marketing content last night. And then I don't know if anybody watched the VMAs, but we were kind of on the edge of the seat for it. And the reason being is because we couldn't really say much beforehand, but our good friend Kelly, the Crystal Ninja over there, she was the one who actually did the mic and stand for Nicki Minaj last night. So, when she came out, we didn't see it. We're like, oh, well, maybe they didn't use it. And then she came out again. No, they didn't use it. So then, she came out and I'm like, oh, there it is. Now we can see it. So we were able to see the mic and the stand, and then she actually used the mic for a second performance later on. So it's always cool when you can see, your friend's stuff end up on a national stage like that. And all the pictures that we came across, it was very prominent, the mic and the stand were. So we said, we almost need to go through all these pictures and see if there's any place where we can see, because Kelly, puts her little Crystal Ninja label and all the stuff to see if there's a, we can see that label in it. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see that on there and to know that that's where it was going and that, it's fun stuff like that. Always fun. Well, Brian said for reusing the art for a different school. I can see that. I can see that now. So like, and for us, we would change it all. I mean, I guess, yeah, we're template based on the Corel side of it. So I'm able to pull it in there and then so I've got a couple buttons. I'd have to click the color and then grab them all and change it and do it for all those. So, okay, maybe you got me by a couple buttons, but I get that now. I get it now. And Barb says, I use Corel with TRW Rhinestone software, and Wilcom 4.5 digitizing software uses Corel. Well, there you go. So see, if Wilcom uses it, then that's the way to go with it. And we do, yeah. So we have Corel, and then we have the Wizard add-on, which, is basically a bunch of shortcuts that does everything for us. So having that really helps, having just the shortcuts, that works for us there. But yeah, it was a good day. Look at that. Kelly's a badass. So proud she's my bling leader. Yeah, and it was pretty cool to see it. Like we had known for a little while, because when it got out, when overnighted, and like, okay, is it going to get there? The way that she shipped things with tracking devices and that, it's always great to listen to her and how these projects play out, and then to actually see it on there, because she's done some very high profile stuff throughout the years, and anytime you can see it. And then it was fun last night to see how many people were tagging her in it, or how many people were tagging other people and like, did you do this? And they're like, no, and it was here, so it's always good when they're like, oh yeah, just kind of a big thing, you don't know she's a Googler, bitch, that kind of how it rolls with that. Wanda says, I need design help big time. Wanda, what do you need help with design work? There's quite a few different things that you can use out there, but be a little more specific and let's see what we can do to help you out there. We are good secret keepers. It's hard to keep secrets. It's hard to keep secrets on stuff. And that's why you really, really try. But, sometimes it's tough, when things don't slip out and you're like, okay, I just need I need to not talk to anybody. And it is what it is, right? So, like I said, today we've got stuff to get done. In order to do it, we've actually got to stop doing this and start doing that. And we can keep going on with conversation and have that. But yeah, we've got quite a bit to get done here today. I'm gonna. I think more labels are starting. No, next things of labels are all showing up this weekend. So we'll start playing with that some more. But it's cool. We've got some clear coming, we've got some foil coming, we've got some glitter coming. So we'll see how it all plays out. And of course, we will keep you guys updated as we go through the motions of that. And then Tuesday with Todd next week, we're going to talk fundraising. And I usually try and do this one a little earlier before school hits because we're already in it. There's already people that are out there that we're doing yard signs for, that we're doing decals for, and then tumbler transfers for tumblers for. So, just overall, we're going to talk about fundraising and how you can do it. Do you do the whole team store? Can you just do a single product? How is the best way for you? And it really comes down to what you want to do. And it's not as difficult as what you think. So we're going to talk about that some. T. John says, I have a big secret one. I have big secret one in my family related, and the others are for window turners with special orders. I'm not even sure what that is, but now I want to know. You have one big secret and family related. Ooh, are you your own grandpa? Because that's a pretty big secret. And the others are for my window tinters special orders. Oh, hello. See, secrets. We all have secrets, and going on the secrets of stuff. There's some things that you like to hold to your chest. Like you'll go through and you'll test things out and you'll do stuff and you'll until you perfect it the way that you want to do it. And then some people want to get pissed off because you just won't tell them what you did. Hey, what did you do to get that? Like what material you use and what stuff, where did you get it from? Where's all this? So everything that I spent, it could be days, weeks, months, years refining till the process is right with me. You just expect me to give that information for nothing. And I seen somebody that said, hey, I will tell everybody everything that I know. Any questions, answer that. But you got to join my private members group, and it's $10 to get it. If you can't afford $10, then you can't afford me. And it got me thinking, that is not a bad way to do things. You got a lot of people who just assume you should give them everything. Now, granted, I could give a lot of people all the knowledge, and they still wouldn't have a clue because, they don't understand the process to it. They just think, oh, here, I've got this and I'm able to go with it. But man, it's a tough thing when, you constantly see people that, hey, what printer did you use? And especially in my side of it, because we got two sides of the business, right? We've got the wholesale side of it and we've got the retail side of it. So the wholesale, I'm all about helping out as many of you guys as I can. Here's equipment that we use. Here's who we buy it from. Here's who we get it. Please use our links and our people because, hey, if you're not going to buy stuff anymore from me because you're going to get your own equipment, you at least use our links. So, hey, we get at least something out of it. But, when you look at me, here we print decals. Where does it make sense for me to say, yep, here's the printer I use, here's the material I use, here's all this, you can go buy it. So I'm giving my customer information to no longer use me. See what I mean? Does that make sense? A lot of you are in that same process where, your customer says, hey, what material did you use? Where did you get it from or that? Are you going to tell them? So we got to ride that fine line, especially on my side, because we have so many wholesale retail friends that I'll post something and somebody will automatically ask, what equipment is that? What did you use on this? Well, if I post that, then we will have, a lot of our, retail clients that, we're like, oh, well, that's all it is, but you're charging me this for it. Yeah, I'm charging you for the knowledge it takes to use this, the knowledge of the time it took to learn it, everything that goes into it. But they just see, oh, well, you can buy this for $200 and you can buy this for $20 and you're charging me hundreds of dollars. Well, yeah, that's how the world works. So if you ever ask me something equipment wise, especially if it's on something like, equipment and how to do it, a finished product and things like that, and I don't answer you on there, there's probably a reason for that. You can always ask that in the private groups. You can ask that in our business basic group and I'll answer away in there. But on our personal thing, we don't answer a whole lot when it comes to that side of the business. And hopefully that makes sense. I don't try to be the gatekeeper for people, which is just weird. And I think, I want to help as many people as we can. But at the same time, there's some boundaries that we have to do it. T Town said, that's how it is in the window tone world. You're paying me for my 13 years of tuning cars, not what I paid for the film. Absolutely. Yeah, because film, when you look at it, film is pennies when it comes to a job. Vinyl, like vinyl is pennies. It costs us vinyl, it costs us literally pennies to purchase it. But you're paying for my use of the equipment, my knowledge of the software. You're paying for the knowledge. You're paying for all of that there. So, anytime somebody just starts to balk at price, or well, it only costs this or that, I'm like, we're just not meant for each other. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Like, it doesn't bother me. But where I get is when people get really pissy that you won't tell them, where'd you get this piece of equipment? And how much was that? Where did you get this? I try not to put up there. Like, on the white toner, we get that a lot, where it's like, temporary tattoos, where can I buy a printer? Where can I get this? I'm like, well, it's like $8,000, whoa, well, yeah, it's like $8,000. So what do you want to spend on? Here's what we know. Just buy it. We see that in the DTF world. My favorite thing I see in the DTF side is my budget's $3,000. I want something that is low maintenance, that is fast, and is hassle free, and comes with good service. You're not getting it. And when you try and tell people that, like, you're just trying to get me to buy a commercial machine. No, I'm just trying to be real with you. When your budget is, under $10,000 for DTF, probably shouldn't look at DTF. Just finance it. You're going to run into way more issues on those converted printers than you ever will on a commercial one. And to do that, and when you try and direct people to be like, this is why you should do it, they just don't understand. When you tell them, hey, this is what you're going to be, and your heads are going to be $300 to $500 on a commercial one, or on the converted desktop, and chances are you're going to go through one about every 6 weeks, and they just don't want to hear it. Order transfers. Most people on those smaller ones will never really see a return on it, because the cost of film is more, the cost of ink is more, the cost of everything is more. You're producing such small volume on it that it's just not worth doing. And I went through those hassles. I went through those struggles. This was before commercial ones were widely available. And so I know, and so I tell people, I don't know. You're right. I don't know anything. I've been doing it for 3 years since it started coming over the U.S. when pretty much everything was converted printers. I absolutely have no clue what the hell I'm talking about. But you do. You just decided yesterday that you want to start printing DTF transfers because that's what you saw, and you have $3,000, and you saw it on Amazon, and you can just buy it. Go for it. Go buy it. But you're not listening, and it just drives me bonkers. That makes perfect sense. You want to help, but you also run a business too. Yeah. If I tell everybody my secrets, then what do I get out of it, right? Like, I'm all about helping as many people as I can, but if I give everything out, and that's where it becomes very content driven for me. Which that was the other thing. It's right here. Barb says it great. Experience is equal money, and not everyone has experience. That is absolutely right. So one of the things that I am pretty proud of, and I will thank you guys for it too, because you're a big part of it, is that yesterday Facebook notified me, and congratulations, Todd, you are earned a spot in the top 1% of creators this week. So in all of Facebook land, I'm the top 1% of rising creators. So that's what we're going to keep. We're going to lean on that. My goal to start off was, we wanted to see how it played out. And we'll talk more about how that goal, if we're getting there. But my goal is to get that to do a minimum of $500 a month through Facebook, and then they can take that $500 and spend that on ads. So now Facebook is paying me to create content, and then I'm taking that money and using that to promote myself. So you see, there's a good cycle there, because now, I'll have a $500 ad spend a month that doesn't cost me anything. So that's what we're working for on that. And that we're going to start pushing things. We've got automation coming for the DTF transfers. So you're able just to upload them from there, and it'll go right into the system, which is going to be nice. There's also going to be a online gang sheet builder. Yes, when you use the gang sheet builder, it will cost more than uploading your stuff ready to print. And the reason being is because we have to pay for that service. So it will be a little bit more if you want to build your own gang sheets on it. But we want to get everything in place, before we head out to where we're headed to Disney in November. So, little by little, we're working on that. We're changing some stuff around. We need to make sure that we're adding, signs. A lot of people don't know that we do yard signs, and we do them. A lot of people don't know that we do flags and banners and decals. And, decals was one of the things that we almost exclusively did for the first, 2 years. And as we got into other stuff and started pushing it, it's not that we didn't push it anymore. We just didn't show it off as much anymore. And so we that has kind of went down unless we push fundraising that. So I need to get back into all of those things to show, yes, this is what we can do, on that specialty stuff, car wraps, one-way vision, reflective, the high tack for the hard to stick things, reverse printed decals, double-sided decals. What am I missing? Magnets. I mean, there's so much stuff that we've done over the years that we just don't push it all enough. So we need to get back on that. Thank you very much for the 1%. Thank you. And like I said, it's all creating content. We go live here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We do this. We go live on Tuesdays. There might be a bundle drop tomorrow, but I don't think so. I was looking at the schedule. We actually have a meet with a superintendent tomorrow, and I need to be on the ball for that presentation. So I don't think we're going to do a bundle drop tomorrow. They're coming back. It's just, I got to take care of the customers that are front and center. They're setting appointments. Then just, here, we're giving some stuff away, and if somebody buys it, eventually they'll do it. So, we got to prioritize. I got to go with those, when you're talking, decent size orders, that's what you got to go do. But all in all, that's our day. We've got a busy day lined up for us. Hopefully you have a busy day lined up as well. And if you don't have a busy day, use that time to start creating busy days, right? Work on your craft, work on your business, work on your marketing, work on posting, putting things out there. Anything that you can do to draw more people into you, to see you, gives you those more opportunities to sell stuff. Go through, listen to the radio, right? You hear that same song 4 times in 7 hours. So, that was about every hour and a half. We got to get in front of our customers that often because they're not always listening when we're speaking. So get out there, continue to put effort. You guys have an amazing day here. We're going to get stuff done. We'll be back here Friday morning. Yeah, Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. for another Morning Mindset. So until then, peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.